Toka-kun! Wah! Hi! 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 Hello, everyone! Welcome! Welcome! Welcome back. I have returned to the abode being my apartment, but also, I guess this room. But I guess also this room. Yeah, the little dancing ghost is too good. I wanted to put another one. So I really wanted to put, I have, there was like a, what'd you call? There's like a thing, like where it's like this old screensaver thing where like it bounces off the corners. And I was trying yesterday to like make a version of that with like the ghost, but I couldn't figure out how to do it particularly. So I have to watch another tutorial on how to make like a GIF in After Effects to do that. But hello everyone, welcome. I'm back, and this week we're doing a bunch of things. So today is sort of just more of like a small, like short catch-up stream. But if you didn't see, I have an announcement to make, which should have happened last week, but it's okay. There's the delays are not a problem. Delays are fine. But it's fine. Delays are not a problem. Delays are fine. If you didn't see,
welcome to the Toka-kun.
Thank you, Eri. Thank you for being a member of the Toka cult. Wow. If you didn't see, we're Lemmy and Serena and I are doing an English cover of Bee no Revenge, or Bee's Revenge. And Lemmy and I both wrote the English lyrics for this cover. It is the season 3 insert song from episode 1 of Oshinoko, and then tomorrow, both Serena, Lemmy, and I will be doing the three of us will be doing a cover after party stream after, where we'll be discussing Oshinoko, the 3rd season, and the process of writing the cover lyrics and stuff. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. We've all been like very obsessed with this song ever since it came out like about a month or so ago, with like the start of the new season. So we hope you guys will enjoy that too. It's been a while to try to get it done, an ordeal, but I'm happy that it's finally done and you guys will be able to see it. And then next week will be the premiere of Acid Rain, because I try not to do 2 covers in a week just because I feel like it kind of like takes away from the first cover that I do. So we'll be posting Acid Rain next week, since this one got delayed a little bit. But I think we sound really good in it, so I think you'll really enjoy that. Also, if you guys didn't see, let me grab the image. I'm also... Why is this not working when I search on YouTube? Please. If you didn't see, I am also in Alpha's Alpha Beta from Videre Alpha's Hololive fan concert, and I'm in a song that I think you guys will very much enjoy. I'm just gonna say that. I think it is a song that you guys would particularly enjoy, I think. So I hope you guys will check it out. I can't really spoil it for you, but it's got some blubbing in it, you know, a little bit of sensuality in it. It's got a little bit of sensuality in it, so I think you guys will like the song that I'm a part of in the concert. It was really fun to get to work with Alpha. I've really looked up to Alpha for a really long time. Like before I debuted in SVP, I had been following her And I was a really big fan of her singing content for a super long time, so being invited to sing with her for this was really, really, really exciting and meaningful to me. So I'm really happy that I got to be able to do this concert with her, and especially with a song that I really like as well. But there's a lot of music coming out this week, there's a lot coming out next week, there's a lot of music that'll be around for this month and also next month. I don't even know, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of things. You know, you always think to yourself like, oh, May and April really doesn't have like May, March, and April, you know, like there's not like a lot of holidays, you know, like there's like St. Patrick's Day in March and Easter in April and like Cinco de Mayo in May, but like those aren't really like normally like VTuber celebrated sort of holidays. So you think to yourself like, oh, like nothing's gonna happen during these months, like I'll have a break or something. No, everything happens all year round. So I hope you will enjoy those two things this upcoming week. It's true, it also has Memorial Day, but those aren't like VTuber centric sort of vibe like holidays, you know? Like you don't really see like a lot of VTubers celebrating those two events. Like it's not like a normally like, it's not like Valentine's Day or like Christmas or Halloween sort of vibes, you know? So but there will be a bunch of stuff in the upcoming months, and it's also like there's Serena's birthday at the end of this month, and then also my birthday's like right after Serena's birthday, because we're Lucy twins, so we're very close to each other in birthday days. But even though I'm older, she just, you know, has a birthday before me. As if I could defend myself and say that I'm younger. Can you believe it? If I said that, if I was like, if I said like, guys, could you believe it? I'm younger than Sarita Starstruck. Would you believe me if I said that? Would you believe me? Would you be like, I can believe it. That's very believable. Yeah, of course. Do you think? Would you say yes? Would you blindly believe me if I told you that? I might I might blindly believe myself. I could blindly believe myself, like, oh my god, I'm younger than Serena. Oh wow. I can't believe it, that's so cool. It'd be hard to convince you. Why? Why? Why would that be hard? Tell me right now. Give me one good reason why it'd be hard to convince you that I am younger than Serena. What's the most believable reason you could give to why I could not be the younger sister of the two of us, huh? Just look at her! What do you mean by that? She comes with gigantic boobs in the default model, you know? The way she talks, you know, she doesn't even have like a bunch of memes, you know? Have you ever seen? She's too smile coded. I'm also smile coded. Have you noticed? Look. I can do that too. Is it reading? Is it working? Did that work? Was that very youthful? Okay, believe it now. Toka's forever 19. Yeah, of course. I'm forever 19, but I'm also legal enough to drink. Also youthful. I know, right? I've just got like so much youth in my veins. She seems energetic even without the caffeine. I barely have any caffeine anymore, and I'm so energetic. Look at how much energy I'm exuding right now. I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm yapping up a storm. I don't need caffeine. You know? I'm very energetic, and I'm filled with youthful energy. Aren't you her patron? Well, yeah, but like, there's animes where the patron is younger than the main character, aren't there? than the MC. There is, right? I don't I don't watch those. I don't tend to really watch isekai, but I know there's gotta be. I don't really watch a lot of fantasy anime now that I think about it. I mostly watch like school, like slice of life and like idol, magical girl, like heartwarming stuff like Spy Family. I'm sure there exists some isekai somewhere. Oh yeah, I'm sure somewhere. There's gotta be. Bro goes on a date with Fairy and immediately opens stream to flex. What do you mean I'm flexing? What do you mean flexed? My stream title is literally like I was trapped. Wait, what did I title this? I was trying to be funny. I was trapped with a space worm for 5 days. That's like not a flex. That's like me admitting to the fear that I feel in my bones by being trapped with Perry Winkleton, you know? It's fearful. It was so scary. It was so terrifying to be trapped with Perry Winkleton for 5 days. I was oh my god, I know, right? So scary when she didn't wash her hands. Can you believe? Making me rethink. The whole time I was there, she was like, she would go to the restroom and she'd be like, I washed my hands for you. And I'd be like, oh my god, thank you. And then like we streamed together and she's like, and I go, did you wash your hands? And she goes, So I don't even know if she was actually washing her hands the full time or not. Because I didn't like check her hands to see if they were like wet or anything after going to the bathroom. I just, you know, blindly believed her. But then like as soon as we stream, she like doesn't wash her hands after going to the restroom. I just don't understand it. Like, maybe it's just because I'm like I love washing my hands. I love washing my hands. It's so good to wash my hands. I love the way it feels to rub soap between my hands and put them under the water. But like, you know, she said she powered through and washed them because you were there. Well, she should just be washing her hands, you know? She did mention on her karaoke today that she was washing her hands for a full week so she doesn't need to anymore. She should be washing them anyway. I mean, like, especially now that she has, like, work, she should be washing her hands more so she doesn't get, like, germs or anything, you know? Like, I feel like, especially whenever you go outside, it's really important to wash your hands because otherwise you get all these germs, you could get sick, you know? I don't like the thought that I could be touching something that could get me germs, you know? I love being clean for real. So true. Like, I just don't understand. It's just, I've always been happy to wash my hands. I just can't empathize. I just genuinely cannot empathize at all. What is the preferred handsome scent? I really like apple. I really like apple scents. Apples are really, really good. I like very warm scents and relaxing florals like lavender and like, but I don't want it to be like overbearingly floral, you know? That's why I like apple. I think apple cinnamon is like the best hand soap scent ever. But the soap I have in my apartment is grapefruit. Like, because it's like slightly citrusy but not too citrusy. It's light. It's a little bit herbal. So I like grapefruit soap the best, you know? You two go out and do anything fun while you were there? We did a bunch of fun stuff. So well, the first night I got there later at night and we hung out and I showed her like what do you call, I showed her like ice skating videos and we watched like some true crime together while we ate dinner. And then the next day we hung out and then we because she had work, you know, so then we went to go see the Uma movie. It took a while to get there because, you know, but we were able to go see the Uma movie, which was really fun. which we already saw it once. Like, so we already seen the Uma movie when I was like in a call with her and Lemmy, and then I was like, hey, can I show you this? And we watched it together, and she cried. And she cried watching it when we were watching it over Discord together, and then we went to the movie and then she cried about it again. It was so funny. I think she like she cried like at several points in the movie, and it was really funny because I was just sitting there watching the horse movie, and then I'd hear like a it was so funny. And then we also like at some point and it was so funny talking with her about like the horses she likes too, because I think it's so interesting that like of the characters in Uma Musume, that specific movie, for like beginning of a new era, like her favorite horse out of the beginning of a new era horses is Manhattan Cafe, and mine is Jungle Pocket. Because I feel like with our vibes, you would assume the different, like that it'd be the opposite, you know? Like I feel like Perry's like personality seems like someone who would like Jungle Pocket more than Manhattan Cafe, and I feel like I seem more like someone who would like Manhattan Cafe. But it's actually the opposite, which is really interesting. I always saw among the group, you and Perry and Lemmy are the big sisters, and Serena always seemed like the little sister. Interesting. I love hearing yep, thank you. I would assume you would like Manhattan Cafe. Yeah, it's just like I never really super got into her character of like the characters in Beginning of a New Era. My favorite character like of Beginning of a New Era is Jungle Pocket, like hands down. I love Jungle Pocket. I can't wait to pull for her when she comes out in the game next year. I say as if it's like not like a whole year away. I can't wait to pull for like Jungle Pocket in 2027 when she finally comes out on her banner. But I find her character to be so like relatable, and like I think she's so my favorite thing about Jungle Pocket is that regardless, like I love that her story is about like being able to sort of like have what happens to her where it's like her rival gets taken away, and like that she learns through the story to find new people to like work alongside and like sort of like shift her dreams. And like I love her tenacity throughout it all, and I think her story is really relatable, especially like how at a certain point it's not even like anyone else is holding her back from her accomplishments. It's like her own self and the way that she sees herself that's like really holding her back as a racer. Because at that point, like I like that is a part of the story, because a lot of the time in Uma Musume, when you watch like the anime, like there's like parts of it where literally like it feels as if like injuries become like a huge part of it, like which is normal for an athlete, right? Like, you know, they have like the life-changing injury and it stops them from getting somewhere, or they lose one specific race and then it like stops their whole dreams. You know, that happens a lot with like Tokai Teo's season, or like things like that. But I really liked how for Jungle Pocket's storyline, it wasn't that there was like an injury that was dragging her down. It was like her mental state and like way that she felt about her own racing, and how she felt like she needed to be able to show that she could be and win against Agnes Tachyon, and how she had to kind of learn to like let that go and set like a new goal for herself and like see herself beyond that narrative she had made for herself. And I thought that was a very relatable goal, because like, or like feeling, you know, because I feel like we all like, or at least like a lot of people have really strong like mental sort of blocks that really stop them from enjoying parts of their lives, you know, or enjoying things that are happening in their lives. You know what I mean? Like I feel a lot of the time like the biggest enemy I have in my life is myself, and so I find Jungle Pocket to be like a very relatable character. And I've been working on that a lot recently. I've been trying to become my own Fujikiseki. Like in the way that like Fujikiseki like does that race with Jungle Pocket in the movie, and like is like watch me, and like it like sort of tries to help her sort out like how she wants to go for things, you know? Like there's like a lot of like mind shifting I've been trying to do with like how I perceive the world recently. Like especially hi Tabby, welcome Tabby. Mole raid, welcome. How are you guys? Hi. How was your stream? What were you doing? Did you guys have fun? Welcome raiders. Welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Toga-kun from Stellarverse Productions, first generation Infinium, a Crystal Diamond VTuber who loves to sing and yap. And today we're just sort of doing a short Zatsu stream where I sort of talk over the trip that I just went on, but I hope you had fun with Tabby. She's drawing. Ooh, what was she drawing? Tabby's such a good artist. Who is the space worm you were trapped with? My VTuber genmate, Perry Wamu Winkleton. She is a space, what does she call herself? Space guzzling gasoline. No, sorry. Why do I keep saying space guzzling gasoline? Gasoline guzzling space worm. Who I went to go visit in person. Commission work. Ooh, I hope you had fun doing your commission work, Tabby. Gasoline guzzling space worm. Gasoline guzzling girl. But I hope you had fun, and I hope you take care of yourself after your stream. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me. But I was talking basically, we just started talking about the, so when I was visiting Perry, we watched the Uma Musume movie, Beginning of a New Era, which I was talking about like why my favorite horse from that movie, and also one of my favorite horses from the series is Jungle Pocket. Like, Jungle Pocket is very tenacious, and I love her mindset towards things, and I've been trying to sort of have more of like a Jungle Pocket sort of mindset as I go about my day nowadays recently. I feel like, you know, like this year is the year of the fire horse. It's a year full of like change, and like change that you have to make for yourself, you know? And so I don't want to spend the year stuck in like the mindset I had from 2025, you know? Like I want to spend 2026 like working towards new goals and growing and changing my mindsets, shifting perspectives. So I've been like doing a lot of personal work on stuff like that, and I think shows like Uma Musume and stuff have like really impacted how I've been approaching things recently. And I know like some people always think like, you know, you hear someone, sometimes people will hear someone say something like that and then they're like, oh, that's so silly, like how can this TV show kind of like impact your like thought processes? But I think it's like true, you know? Like I feel like there are like, I feel like one of the amazing parts of art is that it is something that is able to impact others, you know? I think that's one of my favorite parts of art, is the fact that it does like actively impact other people and is something that can help people grow and change and shift. So that's something that I really gleaned from Uma Musume as a franchise ever since I like found it, was like that the way that they always pursue, you know, they're always like pursuing their goals and like how they go about their goals, and all of them have different backstories and stuff like that. So I find Uma Musume to be like a super you know, like inspiring franchise. I feel like it really like impacts the way that like you can think about things by just interacting with it. What was your first impression again? Did you dislike it? I never disliked it. When it came out, I thought that the horse designs were really cute, but I was really against playing it because I try not to play gacha games. Because I think gacha games can be really dangerous because it can kind of like sort of like make you want to spend money on games, and I have spent some money on Musume, which is not what I wanted to do. Which is why I was trying to avoid it, because Musume and like any gacha game, it's like the goal, you know, overall is to get you to spend, because that is, you know, sort of what they're for. It's a mechanical, like the mechanic of gacha games is to eventually make you spend your own money, you know. The majority of players aren't going to play the free, you know. So I had been avoiding it, but like I ended up playing it because I was sort of like, why not? Like Senbei had brought it up a lot, and I was like, I guess I could try it. And I also wanted a game that I could play when I visited Japan, because when Hio and I were planning our trip, like it was sort of like, well, what, you know, like while I'm sitting on like a subway, like what could I do? Because I couldn't like, I didn't want to like just sit there and like, you know, you don't really like talk that much on the train in Japan. Totally not because the CEO forced us to. Well, he didn't. He like really literally didn't. Like you'll notice some of us have never played like Uma Musume. So it's like there's nothing that we're ever really forced to do by Senbei. He recommends things to us, but we've never been forced to do things. Other than like, you know, like things we're obligated to do. Not forced, but incentivized. I mean, there was no incentive to play it. What was the, like, there's not any sort of incentive to play it. Like, what are you gonna get from it, you know? It's like the most you could get is losing your own money trying to play gacha, because we don't have like a gacha like fund that we can pull from or anything. Like there's not an incentive to playing Uma. And like all of the events that some of the girls have been in are ones that they've either gotten the opportunity themselves or have created for themselves, you know? My intermittent is inviting to chat one day with a chat club already open, like time to join. We don't have a club in Uma Musume. There's not like an SVP club or anything. So there wasn't like a real incentive to play it. Like that sort of thing, you know? Like there's not like one that I'm at least in. Like I think Rina is in like some sort of Yuri club in Uma. Like I'm not that I'm in one. I don't, or at least I've never been told about one. At least when I joined, there wasn't an SVP club. Oh god, what's up? One more week to my birthday. Oh! Happy birthday, I guess. Somebody let me Perry are in the SVP club. You could join. When you don't realize you're in the Yuri club. I mean, I'm not in a club yet. At the time when I had started playing, I asked Rina what club she was in, and she was just like, I'm in this one. And I asked if there was an SVP one, and there wasn't one at the time, so. But I only play it off stream currently because I haven't had time within my schedule to schedule a Uma Musume stream for now, because like I've been doing either collabs, or I've been trying to finish Look Outside, or I've been doing like the Uma Musume drawing streams. So I haven't really had time to actually play the game on stream. I've been saving stuff for it too. Cause I've been saving stuff for it too because like I haven't played with New Year's Teamabra O or Valentine's Bourbon. Because I did get Valentine's Bourbon. I was at a dinner place and I was like, I'm feeling lucky today. I'm gonna do one single 10 pull. Back when the Valentine's Bourbon banner was on, and then in my one single 10 pull, I pulled her. Which was kind of crazy. So I have both of them. But I haven't played them yet because I don't want to do my first runs with them till I'm playing them on stream. But maybe we could do that next week. I'm trying to like see if we'll be able to finish Look Outside this weekend, and if not, then we'll do it next weekend. But we're gonna finish Dispatch this weekend, and then we'll be done with Dispatch finally. Wow, I'm so happy you got her at 10 pulls. I'm so sorry, Hazel. I'm so sorry. It really sucks that you didn't get her like that. That's so sad. I'm so sorry, sir. Ugh. You still have a month until Baller and Fuji, so you have time. That's true. It's okay. I know she hates me. No! No! That's crazy! I do have a full month though, so I have to save my carrots for that. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. But hopefully, I think she's like mid to late. She's mid to late April, right? Like she's closer to May. She's not in the first week or so, is it? But yeah, we're gonna play New Year's, and we're gonna play higher rate and then autoplay through me here. How are we doing? We're doing good. I hope you're having a good day. But we're gonna play those two characters hopefully before my birthday. But as we go through the month, there's gonna be like what do you call? We're gonna be like less streams. It's that I think the streams I'll be doing are gonna be more like low-key. Well, I mean, I guess this is still kind of low-key. But I prefer doing like Zatsu stuff, so you know. But my goal is sort of like I want to do more like less long and more relaxing streams, because I'll be working on my birthday events starting, well, I mean, I'm already working on them. I've been working on them for months, but I'll be like putting a lot more time and effort into finishing them up by the end of the month, and stuff like that. So it'll take more time, because I'm as you've seen with Yui's birthday, I'm working on, I tend to work on a lot of mixing things and stuff like that. Video editing stuff. But you'll see, it's you know, as I said on stream before, my birthday events this year are just basically like taking what I did last year and trying to refine them and make them bigger and do stuff, and you know, like trying to grow upon it. And I'm sure at a certain point I'll hit a point with my birthday planned events where I go, maybe I shouldn't go bigger, and I should just keep it the size it is right now. And I don't know if that'll be based on what I do this year, or if it'll be more like how it is next year. But at a certain point, I'm gonna probably have to be like, maybe it's not worth it to do more than this. But I hope you guys will enjoy that. And I will be taking like, I won't be taking time off, but I'll be doing like more relaxing stuff at that point, because I'm sure at that point my brain will be dead. I'm sure at that point my brain will be dead. But yeah, so we did the Umusume movie, right? And then the day after we went to the arcade and I had more gacha luck, I guess. Well, we went to this arcade, and there was like a claw machine where you like drag a circular sort of like ball into the thing, and it drops in, and then you get the prize. And then I saw this cute like purple ghost thing. It was so cute, and I really wanted it, so I played it, and in 2 tries I got the plush. And it's like the size of a small pillow. And so I named that one Wary Wamu Winkleton. Because I didn't want to do like I didn't want to take like something like too obvious like and stuff, so I decided to name it Wary. Because it's a ghost, get it? So it's like wary because it's like kind of tired and shy, but then it's like a Wamu Winkleton because it's purple, and I wanted to name it after Perry. And then Perry won a different plush, but she took a lot of tries for her to get this one. But she named that one Polka. But I like to, when I like hang out with one of the girls and like we win stuff at the arcade, I always try to name my stuff after like the person I was with. So like when I was in Japan, Hio got me, well actually she won it for me because I really wanted it. It was like this big plush seal and I really wanted it because it looked really fat and fluffy, and she won it for me, and then I named it Hibo. Its name is Hibomi. Oh, so Hibori. I just named it Hibo. I was gonna say Hibori Hokami, but that's stupid. Bokami. Maybe Bokami. But I just call it Hibo. And I use it as a pillow a lot because it's so fluffy and like soft. And it was so annoying to fit in my luggage. That thing was so freaking annoying to fit in my stupid ass luggage. I had to take up the whole front pocket space just for that stupid plush. God, was it annoying. But it was worth taking home because it was so cute. And I loved taking naps on it. And then I forget what she named the one that she has of me, but she has like another plush that she won that was like she named after me, and it was like it has like kind of like a rainbow gradient, so she named it after me because we won it at the arcade together, but also because it has like kind of like the colors that I have on my model. Very cute. And then eventually we ended up meeting with Chio. And we had dinner together, which you guys probably saw on Perry's Twitter. There was like that picture of us with like all of our phones. And it was so funny because when we were like messaging Chio about like hanging out, Perry was like, do you know how to like put your model on your phone so that we can like take a picture with the phone models together? And I was like, well, unfortunately the thing is I don't think our models will fit on the phone. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, because I've tried to do that in the past where like I put the model on the phone so that if I like meet up with girls I can do it, but it never works. So I ended up taking like PNGs of both of our models and then sticking it on the VTube Studio background and exporting it so that we could have it on our phones. So they're just like still images because otherwise it does not work. But it still looks really cute. It's like because the VTube Studio on the phone has like a size limit for the files, just you know because the phone is a lot smaller than a PC, so the app doesn't let you load to a certain size. But I think it looks cute anyway. But it was really fun getting to hang out and meet Chio. She's so cute. She's such a cute girl, and she was so fun to talk with, and she likes a lot of animated movies, and so do I, so it was really fun getting to talk to her about stuff like that. We all had dinner together and that was super fun, and then Perry and I went home and we watched stuff at night, and I showed her this movie called well, it's not a movie, it's a play. Oh, it's a musical. It's a musical by Star Kid. I don't know if you guys know what Star Kid is, but Star Kid is basically like this, like, how would you put it? It's like a theater organization that was originally started at University of Michigan, which has a phenomenal musical theater program. And its first production, I believe, was they did a parody of it's like a parody of Harry Potter, and I didn't show her that one, but I showed her this new one called Nerdy Prudes Must Die. And it's like a high school comedy, but it's connected to the trilogy of the Hatchetfield trilogy from Star Kid, which is like 3 musicals that are all based in the same universe and have like similar timelines of like the events happening. And that is the 3 shows being The Guy Who Doesn't Like Musicals, and Black Friday the Musical, and Nerdy Prudes Must Die. But it's a really funny show. I think Star Kid musicals are phenomenal. They are so funny. I haven't seen the newest one yet, but I really want to, which is like, that one's kind of based on like Cinderella and The Labyrinth. So I've always wanted to watch it because, you know, if you know anything about me, I'm a huge fan of The Labyrinth. But it was really fun to watch that with her, and I brought it to her because I thought she would really like it. And because I had been reminded of the music from it just like the day before I was hanging out with her, and I was like, hey, did you ever watch this before? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, I gotta show it to you then. But we watched it together and she was laughing and I had a lot of fun with her. And then the next day was more like a chill out day where like she went to work, I had to work remotely. And then we hung out and just kind of watched things together. I showed her this show called the Solve It Squad, which is a bunch of plays by Tin Can Productions, which is started by a couple of people from Star Kid. So it has a very similar writing style to Star Kid. But it's basically like a parody of Scooby-Doo. And it has like all the same characters with like, I mean, technically like separate names, but it's like a very funny play. And it's about like an alternative world of like what could have happened with like the mystery crew as they aged up and stuff like that. It's very adult though. And then I also showed her Firebringer, which is like one of the earlier Star Kid productions, which is based off of like caveman time and like the discovery of fire and tools and stuff like that. And then we also watched more true crime that night, and that was really fun. We just kind of like hung out and like watched fun things. And then the other day we also went out to go see the movie Hoppers with Chio. I don't know if you guys know Hoppers. It's like a new Pixar DreamWorks? Pixar. It's a new Pixar, I think, movie. About like I guess like it's about a lot of things really, but it talks about like environmentalism and stuff like that. It's really good. It was way better than I thought the trailer was gonna make it seem. I actually didn't even look up the plot before I went because it's a Pixar show, so I knew that nothing bad was gonna happen. But like, it was had very dark like themes for a Pixar film, and it was very well animated. I thought the voice acting was really good. It was a little bit, the plot was like at some points got a little simple, but I mean also it's a kids movie, so I can't expect too much from it. I thought the message was really good. Apparently the movie could have been in 2D, source some Twitter thing. It could, the people who say that literally have like one gif of like a sample of the animation of what it could have been from like 10 years ago. So I mean, I don't really think it could have been in 2D, because at that point, like at this point, Pixar and Disney have basically like abandoned 2D animation for 3D animation. So like, and these movies take years, you know? Like, yeah, it could have been in quotes, but it wouldn't have been. Like, they stopped making 2D animation movies like what, in like 2011, 2012, back when it was like, wasn't the last one like Princess and the Frog? So like, it's not like they would have done it in 2D. After they started doing stuff like Tangled, I think they kind of just realized it was like not really gonna be the focus of their studio. Which like, I prefer 2D animation, but also I'm realistic enough to know like, you know, they're not gonna go back to it. Like, it's just not something that they're gonna focus on anymore, and unfortunately that's just how it's gonna be. Which is sad, but that's just kind of how it is. You know what I mean? We're just consumers. We don't really get to dictate any of that. And then we had dinner and went back and we basically just did the karaoke. And then after that we stayed up till like really early in the morning. After that we like hung out and I showed her one of my favorite musicals, but we didn't really watch it. We were just mostly just drinking and then hanging out and talking over it. But one day I'm sure she'll see it again. It's called Passion. It's by Stephen Sondheim, who's one of my favorite musical theater composers. It was so funny because we would watch it, but like we weren't really watching it because we were talking over it. And then at certain points I would hear like the beginning of like one of my favorite songs from it, and I'd be like, okay, Perry, be quiet for a second, we have to watch this song. And then we would watch the song and I'd be like, okay, and back to the conversation, and I would go right back to where we stopped off with the conversation. Because I really wanted her to see like I really wanted her to see the song I really liked, but I also didn't want to like not have like the ability to talk over the musical and stuff. So we did that. And then the day after, we just woke up and I packed and we had lunch together and then I went home. But I didn't get home until like really late at night, so then I like just basically conked out. So I was so tired because I like, and this is something that happened at Offkai too with like Yui and stuff. It's like I really like to hang out with friends, but I need like 2-ish hours by myself every night. Like, no, there's no way around it. Like, even when I was with Hio, like, I would stay up, like, if we hung out until 1 to 3 a.m., I was gonna stay up 2 hours after just relaxing in my own little space, you know? Like, even if my space is, like, right next to you on a different part of the bed, like, I'm gonna, like, need 2 hours to myself without any, like, human interaction or contact sort of vibe in order to, like, wind down. Because I just, like, can't, I don't know, be without that, like, and so he calls me crazy for it because we would like hang out and then she'd go to bed and I'd be like up for like 3 hours working on stuff and like just chilling. And especially because if I'm working during my decompression time, then I need like extra time added onto it to like still relax after working. So like Perry and I would hang out till like sometimes like 2, because most of the time we didn't hang out till like 7 in the morning like we did that like final night. So we'd hang out till like 2 and then she'd go to bed and then I'd go into like my little area and then I would work on stuff for like an hour, and then after that I'd be like, okay, well, I've worked on stuff for an hour, now it's time to like you know, scroll and go on AO3 and just relax and like not think about work or people or life, you know? And so but then it ends up becoming 5 a.m. So, you know. And I've been trying to get better about like my sleep schedule recently, because I just want to like improve upon it as I like move it from March to April, because I do feel better when I wake up earlier. And also like I'm trying to like work on like how much I'm drinking as well and eating healthier, because I'm like trying to put myself in the best position going toward like my birthday month with all of the event stuff I'm working on. And I'm sure some of you guys will be like, that's overkill. But I'm sure when you see what I've put together, you won't think it's overkill. So I'm trying to like put myself in like the best position to have the maximum amount of time and brain space and energy to work on things in a sustainable way. So I've been like a little bit more like trying to work toward that. Like since I came back, I've been going to sleep earlier, I've been eating a lot healthier, and like that sort of thing. So it's just something I've been trying to work on in order to like approach it as healthily as possible, because last year it was really unsustainable. Last year, like the week before my birthday, I was literally like I'd wake up, I'd immediately like just like scramble through all of my day's work for my IRL job, and then I would start editing, and I wouldn't stop editing until stream, and then I would finish stream and I start editing again. And it was like, and I would like sleep maybe like 3 hours throughout like every single day. And I came out of it feeling like, oh my god, like that. I like the day I finished my birthday event last year, I was like, holy shit, that was crazy. And I don't want to do that this year. So I've been trying to like find ways to be healthier about it, because I say that I do certain things, and that's true, but the thing about it is I don't think I'm a good example. Like when I say that I've gone to sleep at like 5 to 7 a.m. because I'm doing something like for work, or I'm trying to decompress after working till 5 a.m. I don't think that's a healthy thing. Like I've never in my head thought, oh, that's healthy, or like you should do that, because you really shouldn't. It's not good for you, it's bad for your health. So I'm not like, I wouldn't call myself an example in any way. But I want to be a good example. That'd be pretty sick. But I'm not. So I'm trying to like improve upon my behavior, because they also say like, you know, habits take time to make happen. And so I want to like slowly build onto those so that I have better habits and I can be a better example and I can have more energy to do even more things, theoretically, ideally, maybe, who knows. Because like, and I was like talking with Ava about this recently, is like VTubing as a job is like, it's not like, I think from like an outside perspective, people might find it to like look like it would be like a super easy thing to do, but especially when you have like a secondary job on top of it, it's like a very time consuming job, and it like takes a lot of mental like fortitude to continuously work on things. It's very self-motivated, it's very like, especially because, you know, like you can kind of do whatever you want with it, but also like if you choose to do a lot with it, it's a lot of like time management, and like being able to like, especially if you're going to use a secondary skill for it and you don't have the funds to like pay people to do things for you all the time, it's very like time consuming and energy draining, and like there's a lot of like what do you call, like there's a lot of extra work, and there's a lot of like, and this is like just a problem with the digital age, is that you're kind of expected to like you're kind of expected to be available, because it doesn't have set hours. It's not like my IRL job where like when I leave the office I have an excuse to not like, I can and I do, but like, you know, you're not expected to respond to emails when you, after, you know, you clock out at a regular job. Like it's like you clock out and it's like those are the hours you work, and then now you're done till the next day. So there's like, you know, like a barrier between you and your job, so that you have like that sane peace of mind, you know, like I finished the workday, I go home, and now I'm relaxed now. But the thing about like VTubing is it doesn't really have set hours, and so you don't really have the same barrier between your like special space and then like your workspace. It's like you're kind of expected to be available, and so that's like a very interesting part, I think, for VTubing, and I'm sure for most like digital nomad sort of work, or like contracted work, you know, where it's like you don't really have a set hours, where it's sort of like, you know, like if I get a message about something that I'm working on at 5 a.m, I'm gonna respond to it because I want to make sure that it's responded to and that it's like, you know, the project's being worked on in a manageable time period, especially if I have a due date for it. And like there are things you can't control about that, an example being the cover that I'm releasing tomorrow. But like it's something where like, you know, like when I go out with people, I'm like always checking my phone and stuff, you know, because like what if I get an update on something that I need to respond to in a very quick manner. Like it's a job that is consistently on your mind, and like sort of doesn't require it, but it like, you know, it works out a lot better if you do offer that part of your mind space to it. So I think like trying to find ways to make just lifestyle changes to try to like make my self work better within that is good and healthy. And maybe after my birthday I'll go right back to my old habits, who knows. But I'm trying to make it work better because I think it'll be healthier that way, you know. But that's one of the things I find really like interesting about the current way that like just like the world in itself works and how the digital job market works. It's just like that sort of like online like effort and understanding of like the digital way that you like sort of interact with other people, and like knowing what your boundaries are for it and stuff. Like there was like, I could have like rushed out something while I was on my trip with Perry, but I like did like a cause and effect in my head of like what I think is more important. You know, like, do I think it's more important to rush this out, or is it more important to me to spend time with Perry? And I like, you know, cost benefited it, and I was like, well, I'd much rather just spend time with Perry. Like, I think, like, we were supposed to do like 2 covers last week, and it was like this one and then another one. And I was kind of like, you know, I could rush this final part out, but I'd rather, you know, since I don't really get to see Perry in person often, I was like, well, I think it's more important to prioritize spending time with her and being present than it is to like try to like rush this other thing out, you know? And I think that's something I'm trying to like also like work on, is like my prioritization of what I should do. I've started doing checklists so that like I can sort of like change the order of what I want to work on first and like mark them off so I can see as they're done like what I have finished and like sort of things like that, and like being more organized, which I think is helping. I don't know, maybe. I normally just depend on my memory. I have a pretty good memory, but yeah, it's been progress that I've been working on. Hi Brandon, welcome. I hope you had a good week. Last week I was gone, so. Oh, also, I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys saw in the what do you call, in the Discord, in the community Discord, but we're also gonna be at CarrierCon. I think that one just like started like a couple days ago while I was gone. That like that channel in the server went up. But if you go, I think you guys will have fun. It's lovely to hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Wah! Wah! There's a bunch of stuff coming up, so I hope you guys will enjoy that. And that's like the end of this month, isn't it? I think it is. It is. Yes. CarrierCon is at the end of this month. Definitely. I remember, I think it is like, it's around Serena's birthday. I know I will. Are you going to CarrierCon? I've never really like been to too many cons, and so many cons pop up, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, when did this happen? I'm like, I'm just like so out of the loop of like in-person events. Like, I think it's because I just don't go to a lot of in-person events. I'm always like a very like, if I can attend virtually, I'm going virtually sort of person, you know? Like, even though there's like, you know, for most theatrical things, like it's all back in person, but sometimes they offer a digital version of how you can go to certain theatrical events, and then if they offer a digital version, I'm like, oh my god, sign me up for that. Like, I mean, I'll go in person if I have a friend in it, but like if there's an option, I'm gonna go virtually. I'm just not into like, I've never been able to like fully get back into the vibe of like wanting to be places in person after the, you know, like when there was the lockdown. Like, I got really comfortable in the fact that I could just be online for everything. Cause I feel like it feels nice to be at home, and like I have a lot of friends who are very they like prefer to be in person for things, but like I've never like gotten into that vibe. I've never been that vibe, you know. I've only been to Animathon before, but I'm going to Offcut this year. Really? That's exciting! Yay! Yay! I hope you have fun at Offkai this year. Offkai's gonna be really sick this year. I can't say why, but I think Offkai's gonna be really sick this year. You know? I think it'll be very exciting. I think if you like SVP and you go to Offkai, I think you'll like it this year. I mean, you would have liked it last year, but I think you'll like it even more this year. Yeah, I can only convince myself to travel for like 1 or 2 cons this year per year when Offkai is one of them. Yeah! I do like being in person in some occasions, like a brand new restaurant. That's true. I feel like restaurant food always just tastes better if you go in person. I don't know what it is about what it's like when like they drive the food to you, but like even if I'm just going to the restaurant to pick up the food and then bring it back home, I just feel like it always tastes better if I'm eating at the place. Like, and I don't even know if it's about freshness of the food. I just think like something about the ambiance of eating at the place makes it taste better. Though maybe it's like, you know, like I was watching a Rhett and Link video of it was like, does the color of the plate like impact the way the food tastes? And apparently it does. Like certain colored plates and cups, like they actively change the way that food tastes. Did you know that? Like apparently if you eat off of orange plates, it makes food taste like less good or something. You just see the food when you only order. That's true. Well, also like the way it looks on a plate always looks better if you get it from the restaurant. So technically food flavor is 20% actual taste. What is the rest of it like? Smell? I'd love to go to Offka again this year, but I'm going out of state cons. Not doing out of state cons to save money since I'm going back to Japan next spring. Ooh! Hopefully you'll be at Hallmat again. I have no idea. I hope so. I would love to be back at Hallmat this year. The other 80% is in between visuals and smell. That makes sense. There are a lot of things about the human mind that like really confuse me. About like how we interact with the world, you know? That 20% must carry if it doesn't look good. Well, I guess also like what we consider looking good is like what you call like all based on opinionable fact for our brains, right? Like I think natto looks good, but like a lot of people might tell me or me that like it's not. You know what I mean? Like lots of people think that natto looks really slimy and bad, but I'm like, ooh, that looks delicious. So I'm guessing like also part of it is like just based on your personal bias or like understanding, you know? Like it's like things like cabbage. I think cabbage looks good, but there are people who think cabbage look bad. So I guess it's kind of based on that too. Greatly depends on what you grew up eating, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's probably true. There are a lot of things that like even things I like there are things I haven't grown up eating with where I don't really prefer the way it tastes, but I think it looks bad, but it doesn't taste that bad. Like, what is it? How do I spell it? Yeah, pilau. There's like this like, is it blood? No, it's not pilau. What's the blood dish? Dinuguan. Dinuguan. My mom like really likes dinuguan, which is like this blood stew that like she sometimes would have growing up. And then like once or twice, like my mom doesn't want to make it because she thinks it takes way too much time. But like she would have it sometimes at like, you know, food places she would go with her friends, and like her mom liked it, so she would have it sometimes when they would go out to eat. And then one day we were like going out for food and we went to this Filipino place and there was dinuguan, and she showed it to me and I tried it and I didn't think it tasted bad, but I did think it looked really bad, and I think that impacted my opinion of it, because I mean I wouldn't pick it out of other things to eat, but it's not horrible, you know? That's not, but I think that's a lot of things. It's like I don't know if I would really say that I think it's bad. I just wouldn't say that it's like my first choice. How early did you start eating natto? I started eating it when I was in college. So actually not very, like, not even the beginning of college, like the late college, like not even till the pandemic sort of vibes. Like, I was not eating natto until I was definitely not a child anymore. Hi, Aki! Welcome! You just had a taste for it then? Well, I got into it because I wanted, something I could reliably eat with rice that was a little bit more nutritious for me. You know? Like, because, you know, you... not that I'm old, but you start thinking about what you can eat on a regular basis that isn't, like, shit bad for you. Like, you know? Like, not that any food is bad. I want to make that very clear. Not that any food is bad. It is better to eat than not eat. I say as someone who skips meals quite often because of time. It is always better to eat something than nothing. But I genuinely think that at a certain point in your life, you start to think to yourself, what can I have for dinner that's easy and nutritious enough where it's, you know, it's good for your body in like that, like, health benefit way, you know? Like, I started eating natto because I was like, you know, I can't just, like, I need, like, to have a thing that I can reliably make for dinner that takes, like, barely any time and is super low effort that, like, is nutritious. And natto is very nutritious and good for your stomach and gut health. And it's low calorie. It has protein. It's tasty. It goes well with rice. Rice is super easy to make because you just put it in the rice cooker and it's done. So it's a very reliable meal. You know? And it consistently always tastes the same and I never get the ick while eating it. And that's good. Sometimes if I eat something too often, I get like an ick for it. Then I have to wait for like 3 weeks till I stop feeling the ick for it. So I'm very grateful that I've never had a moment where I eat natto and I get the ick. It's always good. Especially as I get back into like cooking. Oh my goodness. I've been like cooking more, like, because I've been like, before the last couple weeks, I've been like really stressed with like mixing stuff for like Yui's birthday concert. I was really stressed. And so I was like buying stuff that I could like bring out of the freezer and heat up, you know? Because I was too tired to like cook for myself. So I was like, oh, I just gotta have things I can just take out of the freezer and heat up, or something I can make a sheet pan meal, you know, like just chop up sausages and put them with broccoli and throw them in the oven, and then it comes out, it's ready to go. Yeah, like super simple recipes. But as I'm getting back into like trying to actually like cook more again, to me, it's like natto is always good for like a really like lazy day where you just want to cook rice and then have something that you can eat with it. Is it filling? It can be. I mean, I guess it depends on what your consideration of filling is. Like, it's not gonna fill you up like as if you ate like a bunch of potatoes with like steak, you know, because it's not like, it's not a meat. It's not like really strong and heavy on the protein. It's like healthy for you though. Are you excited to be in Canada even in the internet? I'm gonna have a giant portrait of you out of perler beads because you deserve the best. Oh, thank you. And I'm vendoring as an artist. You're vendoring as an artist? I'm so happy for you. Yippee! Congratulations. And I am excited to be in Canada, the country of Usachi Yui. The country of the one and only Usachi Yui. I'm very excited to be in Canada. I've never been to Canada before, so I'm excited to see it. But yeah, I love like, because I like cooking, but when I'm tired, I don't, you know what I mean? I think that's like how everyone is, you know, like, once you do that, it's like, oh my god, no. Like, it like gets really tired and it's nighttime and you have to cook and you're like, oh, where? Are you flying to Canada or just gonna be on the internet? I'm just gonna be on the internet for Oshi Uplink, unfortunately. Flying is a very expensive thing. I do empathize with all of you whenever you have to travel to a con. Flying is very expensive. So it is very hard to go to cons. But also, if a VTuber was to go to like a con, you know, they wouldn't be like, you know, especially if they're a corpo, you know, with like rules and stuff, they wouldn't be telling people they'd be going. They also wouldn't probably ever talk to someone and let them know that they were that VTuber. Most people who do that are non-corporate, like indie VTubers who have very specific rules with their community about traveling and things. It's expensive, but it's a huge investment because I could fly around Canada and sell at conventions. That's true. I think for artists, cons are always like, you know, something that they're able to make an investment out of, doing like trips to like sell art at. So I do have a friend who does go to conventions and sell her art, and she does find it very, very worth the investment. So I think for artists to sell physical goods, it can be worth it to fly out. But I think a lot of the time for VTubers, because when we perform at conventions or do meet and greets, everything we do is digital most of the time, unless you're like a 2.5D idol, where it's more beneficial to be able to have like the technology you normally use to stream, and that's normally going to be at home. Like, you're not normally going to fly to a con and then bring with you like your setup. So it makes a lot of sense to just stay home and like, you know, do things that you have to do from the comfort of your own room. Are you gonna do a meet and greet? I hope so. I mean, I can't say, but I hope so. I've got flights and a hotel for Offkai for about 1,500 CAD is crazy, Brandon. Holy crap. That's insane. But I would hope we do a meet and greet. I mean, if you have questions about whether we will or not, I would join the SVP Discord server and, you know, put in a ticket or ask Senbei. But unfortunately, I can't say. Unless a schedule was to be put out, I can't say. You know? There are a lot of things that I particularly cannot say that you could ask someone else about that I couldn't answer. That's only about 1,100 USD, but I mean, that still sounds like a lot of money. But I mean, I guess for like hotel stay too, I guess that does add up, doesn't it? Because in my head I'm thinking like, is that mostly tickets? But that's probably mostly like hotel, isn't it? It's a lot of cash. It is a lot of cash. Wanted to go to Offby, but you have things to do in July? That makes sense. There are a lot of cons over the summer, but that's because it's easier for people to have like, you know, time in the summer, I guess. Even though like summer is really busy for a lot of things. I always like think about time as if like things aren't busy. You know, like I always think about that, but then like they haven't been. Like ever since I joined SVP, it's been busy, 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 and it doesn't stop, and there hasn't been a single month that there hasn't been something that I have to do. And summer is still like that because there's a bunch of stuff in summer, and there's cons in the summer, and a bunch of things that happen in the summer. So I guess it's really not. It's not any more less or more busy than it's been all year. I don't think the summer will be. Have a good sleep, Eddie! Have a good night! But I also have to do that soon, too. I think I got 6 more shows this year, and then I'm done for the year. I hope you have a good time with the 6 shows that you have lined up. But let me find someone to raid, and then we'll talk a little bit more before I raid out today. Because this is to be short, because I have some things I have to do tonight, unfortunately. But tomorrow, we'll be doing the after party after the cover. So we'll be talking a little longer and hanging out longer. But first thing I have to do is set this up, and I always take forever because I always forget how to do this. Oh, yes, please discard those changes. I'm bad at this. Let me find who we're gonna raid tonight. We're gonna go to Hio tonight. And then we're also gonna talk about my stuff, because that'll be fun before we end. Mayokami. But just so you guys know, tomorrow we will be releasing a cover on my channel of Bee No Revenge, which is the Oshinoko Bee's Revenge, which was a song released as a insert song in season 3. And also it's an English cover, and Lemmy and I worked together on creating the lyrics for it. And then also and I'll put the link here. No Revenge cover. But then also this Saturday I will be a part of Alpha's Hololive fan concert with some amazing girls, and I will be in a very fun song that I think you guys will like a lot. The song is a little bit not fully say so sort of, you know, Hololive song, so I think you guys will really like the song that I'm in. I can't tell you what it is obviously, but I'll tell you that. And it'll be on Alpha's channel. Let me drop the link to the stream and concert for you guys. But we will be also like streaming on Saturday before the concert, and I'll raid into it as well, so you guys will see it then too. But if you want to check it out and see the image closer up with all the pretty girls who will be in the concert, please make sure to check it out. There will also be some fun stuff next week, like we will release the cover of Acid Rain by Avenged Sevenfold next week, which is like my final Donathon reward goal from last year. I'm so sorry, 350. We'll be doing it next week because I don't want to overlap with the cover from this week. But since they'll both be on my channel, so there's a little bit of time for them on the algorithm. But we will be raiding into Hyorimokami. Hyorimokami. That's what it sounds like when she joins the Discord. Whenever we're like calling, she goes Hyorimokami. I think it's Tomoe saying her name. But we're gonna raid into her. She's playing Arc Knights. Baby Stampede. Ue. Sheep. And then there's this. We're gonna raid into her, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the after party with Serena and Lemmy. And then if you've looked, you can see all of the other waiting rooms I have currently for this week on my channel. All of my waiting rooms are up. I'll also be doing a collab on Serena's channel, I believe on Thursday, but it might change to Friday. And if it does, then we're just gonna switch the days for those two streams. But then also I will be doing a stream on Penny's channel, Penny Cubit, on Friday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Penny and us, a group of girls, we're gonna do a collab where we're gonna play this game called Red Flags. I don't really know what that means, but we're gonna be doing it all in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. I don't think any of the girls in this collab speak Japanese, but you know Penny. It's a very Penny idea to do a collab in Japanese when we don't speak Japanese. So we're gonna be doing that on Penny's channel on Friday. So I guess just get ready for me to embarrass you, I guess. And then on Thursday, earlier in the day, but I'll change it to Friday if we move the collab for Serena's channel to Friday. We're gonna do a membership stream in 3D where I'm gonna do what I did last time, which is clean my room and Zatsu with you while I clean my room. And then after that, we'll set up my 3D model and we'll Zatsu for the rest of it with the 3D model, because I need to. For no reason, couldn't have anything to do with next month. For some reason, I need to have space in my room for something. I really can't tell you why. It couldn't have to do with anything next month, but I need to have the space clear so I can record some things. So anyway, I'll be doing a 3D members cleaning / 3D stream for next month. We'll be doing that on members, and then yeah, we'll see each other next week as well. There's a whole bunch of streams. We're gonna finish Dispatch this week and might finish Look Outside. But for now, we're gonna go see Hio. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Wah!